Thought I'd take you guys on a tour of the EFI system in the 81 to 83 Imperial. This is the EFI system. Now, this car sat from 1997-96 until, well, the other day, 2020. And this is the original EFI system that goes in this car. And there are very few of them left running in 2020. And I'm happy to note that mine is one of them. Probably one of only about 8 or 9 that I'm aware of. The story on this was, of course, that in 1980, 79-80, Chrysler developed this system and for use in the Imperial. The Imperial, of course, being the most expensive car in their overall lineup and its own brand. And this was quality tested significantly to where they tested over tens of thousands of miles on test cars and all that kind of thing, and it ran great. And then customers bought these cars. Okay, in today's dollars, it would be in the $60,000 to $70,000 range for these Imperials. And here, this is the Sinatra one, of course, that I'm doing. So, very quickly they had issues. Some of them being the ASDM module, which wasn't properly grounded. It just shut the car down. You'd be driving and it would shut off. I actually had another ASDM module on here and it was causing some trouble. So I swapped it out with that one, and so far so good. Other issues included the air intake. If that top of the air filter is off at all, or loose, or anything else, the car will not run. It will just not run. So if the seal is no good, whatever, the car will not run. There is a gasket underneath the air filter entire element. There's another gasket underneath the top. And then, of course, there's a ring that locks it down. And if any of those are no good, it just simply will not run, period. And the air sensor was, of course, another issue where there were issues that came of it. So that air sensor was problematic. Also the computer, which all of this is mounted on top of the intake, whereas General Motors and Ford mounted a lot of their computers, technology, etc. into the interior of the vehicle, away from the heat and the vibration of the engine. Underneath the air filter, I'm not going to take it off obviously right now because the car was shut off, is what's called the hydraulic plate. The hydraulic plate basically has another fuel pump. It has small tiny injectors that spray a very fine mist into the intake. And so basically you have your injectors, and there's a power module, which that commonly goes bad. In fact, in the earlier 1980s versions of the power modules, they have a goop that they put over a material that they put over basically all of the electronics on this, and typically what would happen is it would melt over time. Luckily, I sourced some of the later 80s stuff. In the late 80s, Chrysler actually took back all of this stuff that had been taken off of these injection systems, and they actually redid a lot of them. And you can actually tell a redone power module from an old one because there's a kind of a grainy substance inside of the mixture of the potting compound that goes over the power module component, which maybe I'll show that to you in just a minute. So basically, if you have one of these and you have the EFI, there are several things that you can do. They no longer make the intake pump. So what we ended up doing is we put the pump from a pump matching the same specifications and mounted it externally. What we also did is we did a pickup from a Cordoba, carbureted Cordoba from the same era. So basically the pump just sucks it out like a straw. You have to make sure you use the proper fuel filters. That was another issue of people early on. A lot of people would take their car to the gas station and just have, oh hey, replace the fuel filters. These have to have special fuel filters of 11 micron or 10 micron, and you can buy them in the store. They're a little more money. Same thing, it's important to have the air filter element, very good as well. And just little things, making sure that this is like tightened down, etc. One of the other things is grounding the ASBM module, which is the shutdown module. They didn't actually ground it, and I have a little wire there that grounds it. And then, of course, we have the fuel pump relay, which is here. Okay. And we have the ballast on the firewall for EFI. And then, of course, you have your obvious, which is that unit right there, which is almost the entire EFI. Fun fact about these, of course, is that Chrysler put on the Finistar sticker on everything for Imperial that was tested specifically for this line. So some of my parts still have the Finistar. I had some, we had to replace the radiator. The old one was shot. So, but besides that, these had Finistars on everything. Now, you're wondering, well, there's still a lot of these Imperials around, and I'm sure you just said that they, there's only like 8 or 10 that you know that are running with the EFI. Well, most of them were converted to carburetor. Chrysler, the customer complained enough. If the customer complained enough, Chrysler actually would convert these to a 2-barrel carburetor, which actually my other one here is a 2-barrel carburetor Imperial. So this one was never converted, and basically the conversion would have to do with the intake, the carburetor, obviously removing any EFI parts. They would put a basically what you would consider a lean-burn system that also had a computer on it, but it was a different computer, and all that kind of thing. Important to make sure that all the connectors and everything are proper. And I'm actually getting a new catalytic converter later on for it. We almost passed smog on it the other day. And so I'm getting a new catalytic converter. I also found a vacuum leak underneath the, near the hydraulic plate, where the hydraulic plate joins with the air filter element. The shop that I had it at forgot to put it on. And so the car was doing basically what a vacuum leak was. Yeah, so that is the EFI under the hood area. And as you can hear, it runs very, very good. So part of the conversion was also replacing the digital gauge cluster. So you actually have to find an EFI version of the cluster, which luckily I was able to source one that still worked. And so they would replace that and some of the modules, etc. One of the big things in regards to this car also is what a lot of people would do is they would actually go home and do a conversion at home, which was not the best thing. They love, I guess people like to do this kind of stuff, but what they would do is obviously they would shove a 4-barrel on there or a 2-barrel, and they would just slice and dice everything. So a lot of the Imperials that are around today, unless they were done correctly and obviously with an eye to everything, needless to say, if they were done correctly, it's probably a good idea to go back in and just double check everything. because it's not good. Now, a lot of people tell me, oh, you're never going to get that EFI running, all that kind of thing, and so here we are. It drives very good. Sometimes it'll hesitate a little bit, but that's okay. Actually, believe it or not, my 2-barrel carburetor one does the same thing. It's a little bit slow sometimes, but you know, the timing on this is exact. Everything is what it should be. Sometimes it's a little funny to get it started first in the morning. If you let it sit, sometimes you have to turn the key back and prime it a couple times. It likes to do that. But you know, obviously I'm not driving it every day like someone would have originally. So to me, it's just, you know, as long as it gets me around when I want it to get me around, that's fine. Of course, this being the Sinatra edition, they're in pretty rare supply these days. And I got lucky and got this last summer for free, because the EFI had stopped running many decades ago, back in 1996, 97. Maybe even before that. Could have been even 95. I haven't looked at the smog records on it, but anyway, so I got it for free, and it was quite a mess when I got it, and flat tires and all. It was up in the Bay Area, and so basically it needs a headliner, and the seats, the front 2 seats need to be recovered. Basically the bottom of the seats. I actually replaced everything on the dash on it too, but I'll do a tour of that later on, and you guys can take a look at that. So obviously it needs paint, but we'll do a tour of that later on. So I actually took off the Sinatra badges when I had it getting worked on, because they're kind of hard to find, so didn't want those to disappear when it was being worked on. So anyway, that is a short tour of the EFI system on the 81 to 83 Imperial, and we'll see you next video.